Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I'd like to talk to you about something that I came across the other day and it really annoyed me, so I thought, why not have a rant? So here it goes. Dear Nikon, I don't know if you've been following the news, but a few days ago there has been a story that surfaced about Nikon organizing an event for the new launch of the D850 camera, and they picked 32 men. Not a single woman, not one. After the photo surfaced, there was a lot of outrage, because obviously, why not have even a single woman? I mean, it's not that difficult to find women photographers. We are not all in the kitchen washing dishes, believe me. I'm certainly not one of them, and my husband can approve because, yeah. So basically, when asked about it, lots of people got really angry with them on Twitter. Loads of online publications published the article saying that, what the hell, Nikon, why did that happen? Did you really not find a single woman that was going to attend your event? Their explanation was, unfortunately, the female photographers we had invited to this meet were unable to attend, and we acknowledged that we had not put enough of a focus in this area. They also said, this unfortunate circumstance is not reflective of the value we place on female photographers and their enormous contributions to the field of photography. We know the conversation happening is an important one. We appreciate the need to continue to improve the representation of women and recognize our responsibilities to support the immense creative talent of female photographers. It's really not that hard to find talented female photographers. There is loads of them out there. And for them to be putting this as an excuse that they just couldn't attend is absolute bullshit to me. It's funny how lots of people don't realize how disregarded some of us are. It's not about going on a feminist rant. It's not about saying, oh, all men suck, because it's not like that. There's loads of really lovely men out there that are really nice and really understanding. But unfortunately, there is still a lot of patriarchy going on, and there is still lots of guys that are going to disregard you. Funny story, anytime I am working alongside with my husband, who also has a camera because he's a videographer, anytime the two of us work together, if there's anybody coming up to us, it's always going to be coming up to him, asking, oh, are you the photographer? And I get disregarded completely, even though he's not even the photographer because he is the videographer. But people just assume straight away that he's the photographer and I'm the assistant. Which, to be honest, I don't mind. It's, in this kind of situation, my husband is my partner. I love him to bits. He is an extremely talented creative, but it's more about the idea of being constantly disregarded and brushed off as a little child that really annoys me and really kind of makes me want to start a conversation about it. It's not only a problem with Nikon. I'm not saying that. I think the problem is with the industry in general. Even if you go to talks, it's predominantly male audience and predominantly male speakers. What Nikon did is just a very good example of 21st century that is really not up to speed. And I think it's time for us to speak up and to make our voice clear and for people to appreciate both genders equally when it comes to photography. I think we need to learn to be a bit more understanding and inclusive of everybody in the industry. We have to accept the fact that women can be photographers and women can be all the other things because we are babes with power. I know that was cheesy. But you know what I mean. It's just about realizing that we all have equal talents, and I think it's about changing the kind of mindset. It doesn't always have to be a 40-year-old guy with a Nikon or Canon vest, over his shoulders and two cameras with a big zoom lens, on either side of him. It's changed a lot now with having access to mobile phones and to small little cameras. Pretty much everybody can be a photographer. There's so many amazing bloggers who turned photographers as well. I hope that what happened to Nikon here is going to be a lesson for the future for all the other brands to be a bit more inclusive and be a bit more understanding and judge people on their talent, not on their sex or their age or where they're from, because it doesn't really matter. We are all creatives behind the camera, and that's all we should be taking into account. Look at our portfolios, look at our skills, and judge us on that rather than anything else. So I hope this wasn't too much of a rant for you. I just thought that I would let you know how I feel about this kind of stuff. You know, there has been more and more talks about women in different male-dominated industries, but I think photography being a creative one, it's not as talked about as the other stuff. And I really do feel that the conversation needs to happen here, especially when it comes to brands and especially when it comes to equipment, because we are as valuable members of the society as any men would be. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you didn't find it too feminist. If you did, I'm sorry. But if you did, please subscribe to my channel. Please give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you next time.